So right now the Knicks, Nick, are a 5-3 team. They just now beat the Jazz, a really impressive win at home. So this is the latest they've been over 500 into a season in 7 years. They've won 5 of 6. They're absolutely rolling. What have you thought of this hot start in the Knicks? Is it sustainable? Do you think they will keep this up?
I'm scared to say my answer to this because it's almost like it's a jinx. I'm gonna say yes, of course. Why would I not? Um, but it seems like a recurring theme with New York especially is the culture. Tom Thibodeau came in and he is changing this culture of the New York Knicks. And you can talk to any player on this team. I'll start with the two guys who are, I would say, headlining the team in Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. And they both say, yeah, we come in ready to play because of the coach. Like, he gets us ready. We want to play, but then when we go for him, we want to play even harder. And I think that's really where it's coming from. Randall did not play spectacular last season. We all know that. So far, his start this year is crazy. He's playing like one of the best forwards in the league. So if he can keep that up, maybe not the exact numbers of 22, 10, and 6 or 7. If he can just keep playing at a basically close to an all-star, if not an all-star level, and you get the support from guys. Elfrid Payton's had a pretty good start to the season. We saw Emmanuel quickly with a great game. The other night, he didn't get as many minutes tonight. I saw Thibodeau always does his, which is an interesting approach. He plays a 7 or 8 man rotation, which has proved to work so far. But again, you ask to watch good basketball. When you ask that as a Knicks fan, or for just the Knicks as a whole, it's hard to come by. So this is definitely, we are not taking this for granted. I think the Knicks can totally keep it up. Maybe not the entire season, but you're out to a 5-3 start. They've won 5 of 6, like you said. Stay hot. Stay hot. Keep playing basketball like you're playing basketball. They've beaten some pretty good teams. Keep it going.
Yeah, last week I was on this show saying I'm going to temper all expectations. I'm always going to assume the worst. It's too late. I'm all in.
Yep.
What they've done through it. It's only 8 games. I'm ready to get my heart broken by the New York Knicks. I'm all in. 5 of 6, as we just talked about. And Julius Randle, you said he's playing well. He is playing like an all-star. Before he just dropped 30 and 15, which he just did against the Jazz, he was at 22, 11, and 8. So this is a guy who, his career numbers are actually not that far off of this, which is interesting because the Knicks fans bashed him so much last year, and I feel like rightfully so. Maybe he got a lot of empty buckets late. I think that was fair to say. But this is a new Julius Randle. He's not turning it over as much. He's shooting the lights out. And you talked about the other guy, RJ Barrett. I don't think he played great tonight, but before that, he was playing consistent. His first time in his career, he had 25 points in back-to-back games. And it's just really encouraging to see a young guy like RJ, who some wrote off as like, oh, the Knicks have the 3rd pick in a 2-player draft. Seen this a million times. Why bother? This kid's nothing. He's looking like he's a really solid guy out there. You talked about Emmanuel quickly. He looks like he belongs in the NBA. Another guy, Austin Rivers, who was hurt the first few games, he's become a closer for this team. He's hit some huge shots this season. And as you said, it's competent basketball. It's the culture. We've talked so much on this show about the culture, how important it is. The Knicks are a perfect example of that. Tom Thibodeau was a guy who was I saw it as a parallel hire. I didn't think it was one that would bring the franchise to new heights. But through 8 games, it's only 8 games. We still have 60 plus to go here. They look really good, Nick. Like, this Knicks team looks like it could be a playoff team, which not many expected, and they look really competitive. And these are some good teams too. The Jazz are a playoff team. The Pacers are a playoff team. These are good teams they're beating. The Bucks obviously by 20 the other day. This isn't like they're beating up on the bottom of the league. Maybe it's too soon to say this, but I think New York Knicks are back. I think this is a team that maybe not can make a run long term, but they can be frisky. They can give some teams trouble, and they're not going to be a team that you look ahead to anymore of an easy win. This Knicks team is going to play hard.
Yeah, exactly. They play hard. They're hungry. They fight. They do whatever they can. Their defense is just in your face every single play. I would not enjoy playing against them. I really wouldn't, especially when you usually have the narrative as, oh, we're playing the Knicks. Great.
Yeah.
Win. So, like, I'm beyond happy because it's finally good basketball, at least for now. But the real thing that is even more important is, yeah, you can lose games, of course, that's expected at any team. But are you fighting and playing hard? And I think every single game this season, that will 100% be there. And it is the culture. We haven't even seen. I think he's been hurt since the second game of the season. First round pick Obi Toppin, and this is the culture that he's being brought up in. His first time, his first stint in the NBA, the first thing he's seeing is this culture. That's the first culture he is experiencing, and hopefully he's able to carry it over as quickly and as efficiently as possible. We'll see about that, of course, but that is how the culture and mindset he will have throughout the rest of his career and as long as he can be a New York Knick. So there's just still so much to be excited for with this team, and that's really, again, all you can ask for. I think as Knicks fans, you're getting more than you asked for. I don't want to be let down, of course, but at this point in the year, we're 5-3 right now. We're usually we're lucky if we have a win, really. So take it, be happy with it, and keep it rolling. Same message.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is how the Knicks have played, but there is bad news. It's that now I'm ready to get my heart broken again,
Yeah.
which always happens in sports. So, I look for the Knicks to keep it up, and it's a different season because, earlier we were on the pre-show. I looked at the score, we're down double digits. It's like, oh, the Knicks are getting blown out. They're going to roll over, but they didn't do that. They fought back. They won the game, and we've seen so many teams where maybe it's close at halftime. So many Knicks teams, I should say, and then they get blown out in the third quarter. It's over in the fourth. This Knicks team looks like it's different. They're coming out of halftime ready to play basketball. So, yeah, I'm just really excited about the future of this team. Tempering expectations still, but having higher expectations than I've ever had as a Knicks fan.
Yeah, it's just, I don't even know. I would say excited is an understatement for me, really, because you have no, really, I guess, yeah, there is something to lose, and it's games, right? But you look at the team, and it's guys that, frankly, the team is built this year. Last year, I hated how the team was put together. You had, again, I love Taj Gibson as a vet and a locker room guy, but you had him playing 30 minutes a night. It just, certain things made no sense. Marcus Morris was really a filler scorer player for us. He was not supposed to be a best player on a team, but he was because it was the Knicks. It's the culture that's changed, and I really think it is that simple to say, at least this early in the season.